All right, let's dive into something that's a huge deal for millions of workers and businesses across India, the Employee State Insurance Scheme, or ESIC. Now, you've probably heard of it, but it can seem a little complicated, right? Well, today we're going to break it all down and make it super simple.
Just think about this for a second. Imagine you get sick or have an accident and you just can't work. All of a sudden, the money stops coming in, but the medical bills start piling up. It's a really scary thought. And that's exactly the kind of nightmare scenario that Social Security systems are built to prevent.
So, what's the answer to that problem here in India? Well, a big part of it is the ESIC, the Employees State Insurance Corporation. Think of it as the ultimate safety net for working people. Let's see how it works.
At its heart, the ESI scheme is like a two-for-one deal for your well-being. On one hand, you get complete medical care for you and your family when you need it. And on the other, you get cash benefits. So if you can't work due to sickness or you're on maternity leave, you're not left high and dry. It's all about protecting your health and your wallet.
Okay, so who actually gets to be a part of this? And the million-dollar question, where does all the money come from? Let's get into the mechanics of who's covered and who pays for it all.
Getting covered is basically a two-part test. First, you look at the company. In general, we're talking about factories and other businesses that have 10 or more employees. Although, you should know that number can be 20 in some places. And then, you look at the individual employee. There's a rule based on how much they earn.
And here is that magic number, 21,000 rupees. If your monthly wage is 21,000 rupees or less, you're in. You're covered by the scheme. It's also really important to mention that this limit is actually higher for persons with disabilities, giving them wider access.
So, how is this whole thing paid for? Well, it's a team effort. It's a system of shared responsibility, which means the money comes from regular contributions made by both the company and the worker.
But check this out. It's not a 50-50 split. Not even close. The employer actually pays the lion's share, contributing 3.25% of the employee's wages. The employee, on the other hand, contributes a much smaller slice of the pie, just 0.75%.
You add those two numbers together, and you get a grand total of 4%. So every month, 4% of an employee's wages gets paid into this massive Social Security fund, making sure that the safety net is strong and ready for whenever someone needs it.
All right, we've talked about the how. Now for the best part, the what. What's the actual payoff? What do employees get out of this? Let's take a deep dive into the incredible benefits this scheme offers.
And wow, the list of benefits is pretty extensive. First up, you have the big one, the medical benefit. That's the actual healthcare. Then you have this whole range of cash benefits to make sure you still have an income. You've got sickness, maternity, and disablement benefits. There's even a benefit for dependents if the worst should happen, and an unemployment allowance in some situations.
And this right here really shows you the power of the medical benefit. This is a key line from the scheme's rules. The care isn't just for you, it's for your family too. And the best part? It starts from day one. There's no waiting period. That means you have peace of mind from the moment you start your job.
Okay, we've seen just how valuable this is for employees. So now let's flip the coin and look at this from the employer's point of view. They're paying the bigger chunk, so what's their role and what are their responsibilities in all this?
This pretty much sums it up perfectly. For an employer, the number one benefit is risk mitigation. I mean, instead of facing the massive cost of an employee's medical crisis all on their own, that risk is spread out across a huge national fund. But, and this is a big but, that benefit comes with a serious obligation, a legal duty to be compliant.
And you really don't want to mess this up. Failing to register your company, not filing your returns correctly, or being late with contributions, that's not just a small paperwork mistake. It can lead to some pretty hefty financial penalties, interest charges, and could even end up in legal trouble.
Okay, so let's make this super practical. For anyone out there who handles HR or payroll, listen up. We're going to run through a simple checklist of the key things you absolutely have to do to stay on the right side of the law.
It's really a straightforward 5-step process. First, just double-check if the law applies to you. Look at your employee count and your state's rules. Step 2, get registered. That means registering your business and every single eligible employee online. 3, get your payroll system set up to handle the deductions and contributions correctly. 4, and this is so important, you have to file your returns and pay what you owe every single month on time. And finally, step 5, keep good records. You'll need them for any future claims or inspections. And we'll leave you with this one last thought. Ticking all those boxes on the checklist, that's essential, that's compliance. But ESIC is so much more than just a legal headache. It's a truly powerful benefit, a real safety net for your team. So the final question is this: are you just taking the money out of their paycheck, or are you also telling them what they get for it? Are you making sure they understand the security this gives them and their families? Because it's not just a number on a payslip, it's peace of mind.